Okay, so how many of you have not yet written the mock test on our website? The Ind-SAT mock test. How many of you have not yet written or not yet logged in? Okay, so how many of you? Okay, I didn't get any responses yet on the chat. Okay, so Abdullah is saying not yet written. Jannat is also saying not yet written. All right. Nithor is saying registered but not yet. Okay, Atul is saying registration happens, but I cannot give mock test. I do not know what happens. Okay. Ruhul Amin is saying not yet. Okay. Not yet. Okay, that's fine. So I think let's get started. I know a lot of people are saying not yet, not yet. Guys, only thing I'll say is this is a aptitude test, right? That means this scholarship test is your aptitude test. Okay, so what that means is that it's a lot to do with your skills. Okay, that means if you do not practice, no matter how much we teach you, will only go so much, right? It's about skill building. So skill gets built only when you practice, only when you apply those same concepts, same things that we teach you. If you apply that, only then do you kind of, start getting the hang of things. So my only request to you would be to start writing mock tests, okay, whenever possible, so that you have a very good understanding of what we are studying. Okay, so I would request everybody to take mock tests whenever time permits. So far, yes, there is only one mock test so far, but let's say if you do more, we can have more mock tests, okay, available to you guys. Because more than the number of mock tests, what I feel is important is really how much you actually, more than the mock test, what's important is how much you analyze the mock test. Okay, because if you're not analyzing and you're just writing mock tests, that is of no use, is what I feel. Okay, all right. Okay, so I hope so. Are we all set? Okay, so are we all set? Great. So let me share my screen now. All right. So today we'll learn logical reasoning. Okay. So if you see the pattern of our classes, is that what we are doing is in all these online classes is that we started with verbal, then we moved to mathematics, then we did logical reasoning, then we did verbal, the English again, then we did maths, and then we did logical reasoning. So the idea is to touch upon the different topics first, right? So that you have a good understanding, right, of all the topics, and then we can, practice more questions and, cover all the topics that are expected to come. How many of you have not yet seen the syllabus of the exam, the IND-SAT syllabus? Can you write in the chat, please, if you've not seen the syllabus yet? So I pasted the same link on the WhatsApp group as well, so that you can go through the same. So I would request, and strongly urge you to probably, go through that so that you have a good understanding. Okay. So one of the topics that is there in your syllabus, if you see, is directions. Okay. And this is what we are covering today. Can you tell me what are the topics we have done so far in logical reasoning? So if you remember our logical reasoning class, we have done concepts like seating arrangement, right? We have done some coding, decoding, right? In the class sheet, if you remember, it was a mix sheet, right? So coding, decoding was there. We also did in our last class Venn diagram, which is a different type of question. It's called syllogism Venn diagram, right? That is something that we have done. Then what else? We did analogies, right? That was another type of question. So there are various topics, right, that are there. One other topic that comes in these exams, which is your IND-SAT exam, is really this question around directions, right? That means we should have a basic sense of directions, and it's very simple, right? All common sense driven, right? So if you just pay little attention, you can get your easy marks here, right? These are probably the easiest questions that will come in logical reasoning. Okay. So how many questions in logical reasoning we are expecting? If you remember, 25 questions. That means 25 maths questions, 25 logical reasoning, and 40 English questions. Okay. So in logical reasoning, out of the 25, you could expect, at least one or two, three questions from this particular topic. So first thing I would like you to understand is, hope you understand what are the basic directions, right? So what is north, what is south, what is east, what is west, right? So this is the some basic sense, right? So we say this is north, right? This is south, right? This is your east direction, this is your west direction, right? So I hope everybody knows this. This is extremely easy. Now obviously if somebody has to ask you what is northeast, so between north and east, this becomes your northeast. Between north and west, this becomes your northwest. Between west and south, this becomes your southwest. So like for example, right, so the world map, so you should have that good understanding, right? And even in the place or wherever you are, you should have some understanding. Okay. Now what are the kind of questions that come under this particular topic, right? What are the kind of questions that come in the exam? So for example, questions like this, okay? And there is nothing much to explain in this particular concept because it's, if you go to the exam and if you say which question should I choose without thinking, you should just pick up direction question because it is so easy, okay? So may I request everybody to please attempt this first question and tell me the answer quickly. You can do it orally also, but initially I would strongly suggest in logical reasoning, keep a notebook and a pen handy. Just draw it, assume wherever, starting point, and just draw the directions. You'll be able to get it. Okay. Some people are saying, okay, option C, southwest. Some people are saying southeast. Okay, so multiple options are coming. I know that some of our folks also go on YouTube live directly. So let me just check if somebody is saying anything there. Okay, so normally I don't look at the chat of YouTube live, but Saroj Yadav is saying, yes, I'm waiting here on YouTube live. Rohit Yadav is saying yes. Harry is saying southwest. Saroj is also saying southwest. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, very simple question. He says a woman walks 5 kilometers towards south. Guys, any direction you can assume south, but what I typically do is, because I've just told you this is how the directions are, so we will say this is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. Now what I assume is, I assume the person is always here at the starting point. Okay, now the simple question is, a woman walks 5 kilometers towards south. So if the woman was here, she walks 5 kilometers towards south. Okay, so let's say this is 5. Okay, and then turns to the right. So she walked 5 kilometers towards south and then turns towards the right. So right direction is this direction or this direction? See, this is this direction. A lot of you may say, but please understand, when you say this direction, this is from our angle, but we have to consider the women's perspective, right? So that woman is walking from here to south direction. So imagine if somebody is walking to this direction, their right would be this, not this. This is your and my right, but not the woman's, right? So the woman's would be this side. Okay, that means woman is walking in this direction, then she takes a right and then turns to the right. After walking for 3 kilometers, 3 kilometers she walked in this direction, she then turns to the left. Now when she's walking in this direction, her left would be this side, correct? She turns to the left and walks 5 kilometers. Now here again 5 kilometers she's walking, right? So she is here. So the question is, in which direction is she from the starting point? So starting point is this, and now women's direction is this direction, correct? That means this is in which direction from the starting point. From the starting point is important. She's in southwest. So the correct answer would be option C. Now tell me, can there be an easier question than this? Right, so this is really a very simple question, right? So we should not leave a single direction questions, right? Extremely easy. Everybody got it, right? Some people who by mistake said southeast, I know what mistake they may have made, right? So this is something I told you in the directions class as well. When we go south direction, when we say the person takes a right, guys, not our right. You have to imagine that person, right? Who is walking, who is coming to this direction. The person's right would be this, not this, correct? So that's the mistake you may have made. Did everybody understand? All right, so let's move to the next question. Okay, so just a second, let me just clean this up so that it shouldn't disturb. All right, yes, guys. Next question. Yes, guys, this is simple, right? So you can assume A to be anywhere, right? And from there you can start. That becomes your reference point, and from there relatively you just start. Let's see what people are saying on our. Yes, folks, are we getting this? Okay, so should I now explain? Very simple question. See, always you have to understand like this, right? This. So he says A is in the east of B. Assume anywhere A. Wherever you tell me, I can assume A. Answer would be correct, right? So which side you want me to assume? Where should be A? Either I would normally assume here, right? Let me assume here. Okay, let me assume here. Always remember, this was our north, this is our west, this is our east, and this is our south, right? So I've assumed A to be here. Okay, so let's say A is here. Now the question, simple question is, A is in the east of B. East of B, that means B has to be here. If B is here, B's north would be here, B's east would be here, right? So like that, A is in the east of B, B, which is in the north of C. B is in the north of C. So meaning C should be here, north of, right? B, which is in the north of C. So C's north is B. Okay. Now he says if B is in the south of D, if B is in the south of D, how south of D means? Question is B is in the south of D. Sorry. Then in which direction of C is A? Then in which direction of C is A? A is in which direction with respect to C? In which direction of C? Always remember. So C's north would be this direction. C's east would be this direction. So this would be, guys, nothing but north east. Is everybody okay with that? Did everybody understand? So let me just check again. Okay, so it says A is in the east of B. A is in the east of B. B's east would be here, right? A is in the east of B. Okay. B, which is in the north of C. B is in the north of C. C's north is B. Okay. If B is in the south of D, B is in the south of D. D south is B. Okay. In which direction of C is A? In which direction of C is A? A is in which direction of C, right? Then in which direction of C is A? So A is in north east direction of A. Did everybody understand, or are there any questions, doubts? Ronnie is saying, please explain. So I just explained. Somebody saying, why is there no use of D? That's okay, right? I mean, doesn't have to be, right? Later, because D also had some connection. D showed us that what is B with respect to D, right? But it's okay, right? It's about how they're framing the questions. Sometimes they may give additional information. We don't care, right? Okay, Janath is saying not understood. Okay, so let me explain again. All right. So see guys, let me explain here. Okay, so let's say this is our question. Okay, this is a south, north, east, west. Okay, so the question is A, let's say this is A. Okay, A is in the east of B, east of B. So east of B meaning B has to be here, because B's east would be A then, right? East of B, B which is in the north of Z. B is in the north of C. From C it's north. So I'll assume C is here, C's north is B. Okay. If B is in the south of D, B is in the south of D, meaning D is here, D south of D. So if I say from where east. So ultimately it is just about, it is more than directions, students. This is more like an English question. They're confusing you in the language. That's it. Did everybody get it? Kartik Yadav, MD Kamal Hussain, Gulbahar Khan, Harry Dev, Nitish Patel, Kartik Yadav, Rohit Yadav. Guys, did you understand? People who are on YouTube live directly. So guys, right, all these directions, this is south, this is north, this is east, this is west, right? This is north direction, right? Everybody has understood. Now tell me something. This, let's say I am here. Okay, this is me. Okay, I am here. Okay, where am I with respect to A? With respect to A, in which direction am I? I am south, right, from A. Correct? That's what I mean. Is everybody getting that? So people are saying yes. Okay. So that means now if I say from where am I with respect to, let's say Shah Rukh Khan is here. Okay. So Shah Rukh is here. From Shah Rukh, in which direction am I? So Shah Rukh is here. That means his north is here. Shah Rukh's south would be here. And Shah Rukh's, this would be what? This is Shah Rukh's west. And this is Shah Rukh's east. Correct? So from that direction, if I ask where am I? So from Shah Rukh, see Shah Rukh is, let's say here, right? The center. That means if you actually see where am I? Sorry. So from Shah Rukh, I am between south and west, correct? Because I am below him, right? And I am on this side, right? So it would be I am in the southwest direction. So that's what we need to understand, okay, to do this question. Let me erase everything so that it's very clean for you guys. Okay, again. Did everybody understand the direction now? So question was about understanding really what this means. Okay. A is in the east of B. A is in the east of B. A is where? East of B. So where would B be? B is here, right? East of B. That's how it is, will be here, A. And he said east of B, B which, meaning B which is in the north of C. B which is in the north of C. North of C. How can this be north of C? Meaning C has to be here. Correct? So C is north, then would be B. If B is in the south of D, if B is in the south of D, D's south would be B, right? B is in the south of D, from D it is south, then in which direction of C is A? In which direction of C is A? So question is, where is A with respect to C? So I would say this is east, north, so it should be northeast. Did you all understand? Okay, I will go slow. Okay, I think a lot of people have not understood this question. I thought it's a very easy question. Okay, no problem. I will go slow. Okay, we will do easy. All right, don't worry. Let me check on YouTube. What are people saying? Nitish is saying, got it. Sanjay, Rohit, Mukesh, everybody saying, okay, yes, sir. Got it, sir. Okay. Yes, folks on Zoom. What is the Zoom chat saying? Got it, right? Most of you? Okay. Okay, I think now people got it now, right? Okay. All right. So let me put in the charger. All right. So let's do the next question. It's mostly about language, really, right? They're confusing you with English, not so much with directions, if you actually see. So first step, what we will do? Okay, so a lot of people are saying D. Some people are saying northeast. Take your time, but do it correctly, okay? Yes, guys, everybody done? Should we discuss? All right. Okay. So the question says, let me draw it here. Okay. So let's say this is what I always draw in my mind. Okay. Initially, I'll also draw here. Okay. So he says, if southwest becomes east, which is southwest, guys? Southwest is this, correct? This direction is southwest. Would you agree with me? They are saying if this southwest becomes east, this is east, right? So from where will it be east? Meaning this is the starting point, right? This would be north for me, this would be south for me. That is when this will become east, right? For me, right? This will be my west, correct? So the question is, if southwest becomes east, this will be my southwest, right? Southeast becomes north, southeast becomes north. Okay. Okay, this becomes north. Okay, so now guys, you have to just understand by how much it is moving. Okay, that means what is really the degree shift by which it is moving. Okay, so it says if southwest becomes east. Okay, so let me draw it here. If my southwest becomes east, if this becomes, let's say, my east. Okay, this becomes my east, southeast becomes north, right? South east becomes north. If this is my north, this would be my south, right? If this is my east, this would be my west, correct? So the question is, what will north become, right? What will north become? So if my southwest became east, southwest became east, right? Southwest become east, meaning this will be west, right? Opposite of east is west, right? And he said southeast became north, southeast is what? South east, this became north. So the question is, what will north become, right? So how will we say what will north become? So north is actually this direction right now, correct? This is my north actually from an initial frame of reference. So you're saying what will this become? This will become south west, in between southwest, right? So this will become southwest. Are you guys getting it? Yes, let me see what people are saying in the chat. Okay, so Ahmad is saying yes sir, I can. Jannat is saying yes, I can. Okay, people are saying it was easy. Yeah, people are saying yes, it's so easy. Okay, Habib is saying there's internet problem. Okay, so the simple question was, this is how we had drawn. Okay, so this is our south, north, east and west. Okay, so the question is, if southwest becomes east, southwest, if this becomes east, let's say if this direction becomes your east, if this becomes east, which direction will this be? This will be west, right? And the question is, southeast becomes north, southeast, this becomes your north, so north opposite would be south, correct? So the question is, what will north become? So what will north be then? This is today north from this angle, right? Initial frame of reference. But now what will it be? It will be between south and west. So it will be southwest, right? Is everybody getting? What are people saying in the chat? People are saying yes. Okay. Okay, let's do this question. Okay. Kabir put a clock on the table in such a way that at 3 p.m. hour, her end points to north. So the R end points to north. In which direction the minute end will point at 12:30 p.m. Okay. Sorry. So I think this is a funny topic, right? Because a lot of people are saying also, sir, it's very easy, right? It's so easy. And some people are saying again, I think it's about little bit of visualization, right? In your mind, initially, it may take little time, but once it sets in your mind, then it becomes very easy, right? The visual directions. Are people done? So a lot of people are saying east. Some people are saying south. Should we discuss? All right, so let's discuss. Okay. So now the simple question is, Kabir puts a clock on the table in such a way that at 3 p.m. R and points to north. Okay. Okay. So let's assume this is the table on which it is kept. Okay. This is 12, this is 6, this is 3, and this is 9. Correct. So let's assume our initial direction is this, right? That means according to initial frame of reference, north, south, this would be our east, and this would be our west. Correct. And this is 12 o'clock, 3, 6, and 9, right? Now the question is, Kabir put a clock on the table in such a way that at 3 p.m. our end points to north. Okay. So let me just put this. Okay. At 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. what will happen? 3 p.m. is the small hand would be at 3 and this one would be at 12, right? Like this somewhat, right? 3 o'clock. So you can say, okay, this is 3 o'clock, correct? Saying at in such a way that at 3 p.m. our end points to north. Actually, it's saying this is north because our end would be this direction. But initially it was east, right? But he says actually this is north. Okay. So if this is north, which would be south? If this is north, south would be this direction. That means if this is north, south would be this direction. If this is north, this is south. Here would be which direction actually? East would be here and your west would actually be here, right? As per the direction how it's placed. So it says in which direction the minute hand will point at 12:30. At 12:30 in which direction is minute hand? So 12:30 would happen what? 12:30 would be, this is the R end, let's say around 12, right side of 12, and the minute would be at 6 sharp, right? That means directly straight here sharp. So he's saying in which direction the minute hand will point at 12:30. So this is pointing in which direction? This is pointing in east direction. So the answer would be east. Did we all get it? Okay. So ultimately, what did we do in these 4 questions? See, basic sense of directions. That means we should get an idea of what is north, what is south, what is east, what is west. And then from there, you can obviously understand what is northeast, what is southwest, what is southeast, and all of that. Now, once we have understanding of this, simple question they will ask you, a man started walking in this direction, then he took a right, he took a left. So in the first question, what was important for us to understand is when he says take a right, take a left, from that person's perspective, not from your and my perspectives, not from where I'm sitting, I'll take a right. No, the person, if the person is walking towards the south, he takes a right is not same as my right, correct? So things like this. Okay, then what did they do? Then they started confusing you a little bit. They said southwest now becomes east, southeast becomes north, so what will north become? All of that, right? Just playing around, right? Just confusing you, puzzling you. Okay, then in the next 4th question, what they have done now is, now they got a clock, right? In your mind, they're saying, okay, there was a clock, it's put on a table at 3 p.m. it is actually the RN points to north, so that means the actual direction north is that side. So in which direction the minute hand will? So common sense, right? Nothing rocket science, right? Just basic common sense. Okay, so Sabir Hussain got it right now. Maybe little bit of practice, that's it. Okay, I'll not do the difficult ones. Okay, yes guys, let me, okay, let's see if you guys can do this very easy again. Okay, try this one now. Okay, 5th question. Okay, so Saroj, Nitish, they're both saying 50 kilometers southeast. People on the Zoom chat are also saying option C. Lots of people are saying C. Some people said B. Some people are saying D, but mostly C. Okay. Okay, so should we discuss? All right. So the question is, so again, what will we do? First thing, we will just put the directions, okay? North, south, east, west, correct? So it says Mike started driving from a point A towards the south. Mike started driving from a point A. So I'll always assume, let's assume this is the A point, okay? He started driving towards the direction south, okay? Let's say Mike is going in this direction. After driving for 40 kilometers, he drove for 40 kilometers, took a left turn. Now left is not this direction, that is my left. He took a left turn, right? So if Mike is going in this direction, he took a left turn, okay? And then drove 30 kilometers, okay? And reached a point B. This is a point B, okay? Question is, what is the shortest distance between A and B? What is this distance? Okay, so let's say this is C, okay? So AC is 40, CB is 30. So the question is, what is this? And obviously he took a left, meaning this has to be 90 degrees, right? Correct? So that means simple, two sides of a triangle is given. Third side, they're asking the hypotenuse side. If you remember Pythagoras theorem, right? That means if this is 30, this is 40, this has to be 50. How? Because hypotenuse square equals to base square plus perpendicular square, or h equals to root of 30 square plus 40 square. Correct? That means h equals to root of 30 square is 900 plus 1600. So this is the root of 2500, which is 50. All right, so these two options, or this could also be the answer, but it says, and in which direction of A is B? In which direction of A? That means they are asking direction of B from A, okay? From A, which direction? South, east. So that means 50 kilometers southeast. I hope everybody got this now. So basically what they have done, they just went a little small step ahead. They said that left, right, same thing, but also they gave two sides. They gave you the hint that it's a right angle triangle, and then they asked simply the third side. So all you had to do is understanding of directions and plus just the Pythagoras theorem, right? Everybody got it now? Okay, people are saying yes, got it now. Okay, so now we have done 5 different type of questions, right? Okay, so I hope by now people have understood. Okay, so I know we are at 8 o'clock, but I thought I will cover little bit more on coding decoding. Okay, so let me just check this. Okay, so let me just erase this. Okay, so what I'll do now is, let me give you this 6 question as homework. Okay, that means you can take a picture, you can take a picture, or you can just note down this 6th option and you can do this as a homework. Okay, this is a question on shadow also. So I don't want to confuse people, right? I want you to try on your own and then I will give you the example. Okay, this is a tricky one that I had kept here in this particular, this one, slightly tricky one. Okay, do you guys want to try this now or at home? Okay, okay, just try. Some people are saying home, some people are saying now. Okay, try, no problem, try. Okay, so some people are saying it's tough, but I think it's south. Some people are giving different answers. All right. Sure, south, sir. Okay. South logged. Okay. I thought I will give it as homework because I know some of you were getting a little confused, although some of you also feel it's easy. But anyways, it's okay. Let's do it now only. Okay. So these are just simple 6 questions, but I have tried to put all very different types of questions. Okay. So these are the different variants that can come in your exam. But trust me, if you can do these 6 questions, all the questions are similar to this also. You will find it very easy. Okay. Should we discuss? All right. Now, I hope I have given enough time to people, right? So let me just do this. All right. So let's solve this. Okay. Simple question. Now it says, one morning after sunrise, see important things. Okay. After sunrise. Okay. Vimal started to walk. Okay, there is this guy Vimal. Okay, he started to walk. During the walk, he met Raj, who's coming from opposite direction. So after sunrise, Vimal and Raj, they're both going in opposite direction. Okay, Vimal saw that the shadow of Raj was to the right of him. Okay, Vimal saw that the shadow of Raj's shadow was to the right of him. Understood? Shadow of Raj was to the right of Vimal. Okay. So the question is, in which direction Vimal was facing? Let's imagine. Now this is what we assume, right? North, south, east, west, right? Now after sunrise, right? Now simple question I want to ask you. In which direction the sun rises? In which direction the sun rises? I want to ask you people. East. Okay. So that means everybody is clear that sun rises in the east. So that means what? That means when your sun rises, right, in the east, so let's say, right, this is the sun. So what it means is that the sun rises here. So the shadow would be in the west side, right? Are you getting? If the sun is in the east direction, the shadow is in the west direction, correct? Agree with me? Correct. That means, and now what he's saying is, he's saying one morning after sunrise, Vimal started to walk. During the walk, he met Raj, who was coming from opposite direction. So from where was Raj coming? If let's say Vimal is here, okay. Uh, Vimal started to walk and Raj was coming. So let's say Vimal is here, Raj is here, okay. Now we are saying Vimal and Raj, this is coming in this direction, this guy, let's say, going in this direction. And he said that right, that means shadow is this direction, correct? That means this is south direction, but shadow is always in which direction? It is in west direction, right? The sun rises, so sun is here east, so shadow would be here. And he says actually the shadow was to the right of him. That means they are not walking in this direction. So in which direction should it be so that the shadow, so let's say Vimal is here. Now Vimal's right would be here if he's going in the north direction, but if he is going in the south direction, and let's say Raj is going in the north direction, now what will happen? The shadow of Raj was to the right of Vimal. To the right of Vimal, that means here. This is where the shadow was, meaning the shadow was in the east, west, correct? That is what his right is. Vimal's right is now west. That means shadow was here. So the question is in which direction Vimal was facing. So Vimal was going in the south direction, right, towards this direction. Raj was going in the north direction. That's how they were in opposite direction. And Raj was walking. He saw Raj's shadow to his right. So Raj's shadow would fall this side, right? Correct? When they met here somewhere, Raj's shadow was this side, correct? That means to his right, meaning Vimal is going in the south direction. So which direction is he facing? He's facing the south direction. Did everybody understand? Okay, so a lot of people are saying yes. So we have to understand the concept of shadow, right? So when you said sun rises in the east, so the shadow would be in the other direction, meaning shadow would be in the west direction. And the question is that when you know shadow would be in this direction of that person, and he said to the Vimal's right the shadow was. So when Vimal is going in the north direction, his shadow would be on the right, meaning this side. But he said the shadow, but this side cannot be the shadow because sun is here, right? So the shadow would actually be in this direction, correct? So that's how. So the question is in which direction Vimal was facing, right? So Vimal was facing the south direction. Okay. Some people are saying yes, sir. Obviously. All right. So what we have done today, All right, so let me share. So let me log in here. Okay, so when I log in here, right, if you click on test zone, right, and if you click on the full length test, this is inside, this is where you reach for your mock test. Okay, that's what I was telling people. So people will go on stepuplearning.net. Okay, and they will either register, you can register IND-SAT, fill this form, right, or you don't have to do anything. You can just log in through either Facebook or your Google account. Okay, so through Google account you do, or through Facebook account, right? If you register through here, then you have to put your email and whatever password that you choose, right, like that. Okay, and once you go inside is where you can actually find it. Okay, all right. Okay, folks, so this is this thing. The second thing is, I have told you already, if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, right, make sure you subscribe, right? This is our YouTube channel, right, where you can get a lot of videos, meaning any topics that we are doing, right? Any topics that we are doing, all your topics are here. So for example, let's say a lot of your logical reasoning also, right? You want to review your Venn diagram questions, right? Anything like that, you can go here, right, and probably go through lots of questions. Okay, if I do play all, right, all of these videos will come this side, right, that I have here. Okay, number series, right, all of this can come here. Okay, okay, great. So I would request people to take this test. Okay, and I will also send you some sheets, right, so that you can practice some questions. Now I know so far they have not shared with us as to when exactly is the exam, whether there's a change in date, but we will assume that there's no change in date. So considering all of that, I would request you to really pace up your preparation now, and I will share more sheets with you. Also you can share with me on WhatsApp or on, let's say, also on the email, if there are certain topics that you want me to cover, more, where probably you are struggling or you have issues. Okay, uh, but yes, next class we will do on verbal ability, right, which is again your English, right? So we will try and do reading comprehension maybe next time, right, which is on Friday. All right folks, so thank you for attending the class, and I wish you all the best, and please stay safe, take care of your health. Most importantly, do not go out, practice social distancing. All right, take care of your elderly especially. Okay, bye bye.